The Isle of Kew Mills stood in the background of me over 100 years ago. The story of the Isle of Kew Mills represents the relationship between their environment and man-made inventions. In the 19th century, small towns across Pennsylvania relied on water-powered industries for their livelihoods and for their sense of identity and growth. In Selinsgrove, one of the most important of these was the Isle of Kew Mills, a flour mill located on the edge of Penns Creek. The mill processed grain using water wheels as a source of energy and turned the grain into flour and animal feed. The Isle of Kew Mill isn't actually an island, but a low-lying area just across the creek from the main part of town. It was ideal for water-powered milling, and for decades, the Isle of Kew Mills stood as a symbol of Selinsgrove's economic development and technological progress. Generations of local owners modernized its equipment, expanded its output, and advertised their products of flour and feed to the surrounding area. Throughout the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Isle of Kew Mills appeared regularly in the local newspapers. Articles described its growth into one of the best equipped roller mills in the state, with the ability to produce hundreds of barrels of flour each day. Owners like H.D. Schnur and M.L. Krieger invested in modern machinery and advertised the high quality of their flour as a symbol of progress and stability for Selinsgrove. But between these optimistic headlines were frequent reminders of the mill's dependence on their environment. In just 1 month, the mill produced 970 barrels of flour, despite facing a major scarcity of water. Other reports describe droughts so severe that farmers had to drive their cattle several miles just to find drinking water. In 1902, production at the mill was completely shut down due to a break in the dam, and operations could not resume until the structure was fully repaired. These details tell us something important, that the success of the Isle of Kew Mills was not simply the result of human effort or technological advancements. It was equally shaped by environmental factors, especially the availability and control of water of Penns Creek. The dam on Penns Creek was not just infrastructure, it was a point of vulnerability. When it failed, the entire operation failed with it. Some people argue that industries cannot be separated from the natural environment that it depends on. The story of the Isle of Kew Mills is a clear example of this. Industrial production here was made possible by the manipulation of the landscape, but nature did not always cooperate. Drought, ice, and flooding all challenged the idea that humans could fully control the environment for their own purposes.